My name is Linda Boynton, B-O-Y-N-T-O-N.
And where were you during the 1964 flood? But first of all, how old were you in the 1964 flood?
I was almost 11, about a month shy of it.
So you were in the house with your mom, Marie.
Yes.
Okay, what was that like to be in that house?
Well, you know, first of all, floods for us kids were always fun because we'd go out with the dogs and we could chase jackrabbits, and, you know, the mice, they'd find a board or a fence post and they'd go scramble up it to try to, you know, keep from the water drowning them. And, you know, it was always an adventure for us. So this time was a little bit different, you know. We always had rules, you know, when the water got so high, then, you know, you start taking things upstairs. And I think this was the first time that we'd ever, as kids, the whole family had to go upstairs because the water was just getting too high. And, you know, it was, you know, 5 of us and Mom up there, and not a whole lot of room, and, you know, no place to cook. And so, you know, we just hung out basically, as I remember. You know, we kept looking outside. I can remember looking out towards the creamery, and there was a fence right there in front of that window, and we'd always look to see if it had gone up, the water had gone up higher on the fence post, and, you know, if it had come down. And I remember a sheep getting caught on that fence, and a lot of debris, and I can't remember much else. I can remember, you know, when you had to go to the bathroom, you had to find a bucket or something, you know, and other than that, that's about all I can remember. I don't remember anybody fighting.
Your mom kept the peace then, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, she had to keep everybody kind of in line. And did she get the kids? Did you guys all help carry stuff upstairs?
I can't remember that part of it. I just, you know, remember the protocol. But, you know, back then floods were always, you know, they happened every year. It was just a matter of how high they would get, you know. Sometimes they just overflow the banks of the Eel, you know. And so, you know, we were kind of used to it. But as nowadays, we don't have any floods. So that's kind of interesting.
And you actually had the opportunity to miss school, so that was pretty good for a 10, 11-year-old.
Yeah, that was. I do remember, though, Mom said it was Christmas vacation.
That's true.
So,
it was like you were missing out on any school
yeah.
you were going to be going to. We heard that was the only year that that Ferndale didn't have a Christmas tree.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you remember anything about what you ate when you were up in the second floor? You couldn't cook, so.
Yeah, I remember cereal, having cereal. I can't remember anything else that we cooked or had. I know when the water was going down, I remember the guys from the creamery took the boat to the house to see if we were okay. And then I think that's when they came over and got Dad from the barn, and then Dad took the tractor to town to get some food. I think he did get some more cold cereal and stuff.
Now, do you remember being disappointed because it was Christmas and you didn't really have a real Christmas that year?
Not really, no, because, you know, I think the focus was on the severity of everything, because you could look out the window and see the Fisher's barn was all torn apart and the cows were all lying there, and we knew they were dead, you know. So it was pretty traumatic.
You know, it's interesting because we've asked several people about Christmas and how it affected Christmas, and it's funny, we get the same response from everybody, like the response that you gave us too. And we're wondering too, is like, you know, seems like Christmas nowadays, you know, is very commercial.
Yes.
And probably in 1964 wasn't quite as commercial.
Yeah. I was just talking to my sister about that recently, and she goes, "Oh yeah, we used to write a list, and, you know, we only got one thing on that list."
Yeah, so I think it wasn't quite as, you know, maybe traumatic as it might be today for a kid who had, you know, all these grand plans about what Christmas was going to bring. And yeah.
Yes, yes.
Well, good. Does anybody else have any questions for Linda? Anything else you'd like to know?
Any other stories
Maybe
that come
she
to
could
mind?
talk about cleaning the house as the
Yes.
water was
Oh.
going down.
Cleaning up afterwards.
Yeah.
How was that to
When
clean the house?
when the water was going down, we got brooms or something, I can't remember, and we tried to stir up the water so that the silt would go out as the water receded. And then the calf house, we just didn't have time for that till later on, and there was like a foot of silt that had built up in that. And then I can remember in the barn too, the lower two rows of hay were full of silt. And so, when we had fed out the top layers, then we had to come in with the wagon or something and haul out the bottom part of it because it was all filled with silt. So, yeah, I can remember the National Guard coming down, but I don't think they stayed and helped us. There's us kids, and we all worked. So, and I do remember when the water was coming up, and in the barn here we had a pig, and he was in a pen in another part, and we had to move that pig over into the barn so it could get up on the boards that were in the barn so it could rise above the water.
And the pig made it okay?
The pig made it fine.
That's amazing, because I was thinking of any animal that's least designed to get out of the way of a flood, it's a pig. They're just so close to the ground.
How easy was the transport of the pig?
Well, it wasn't too bad. We had to go about 50 feet, and there was 3 or 4 of us there. So we just hit it and made sure it went in the right direction.
Okay, great. Well, that sounded good. Thank you so much.
Okay.
We're gonna get you unhooked from your mic here, and then we'll get your run set up.
And then grab one next.